It's the grandson of Right Thought. In this illusion that we're all living in, we've all been given an identity. And see, all these things that I say to you are undeniable. And that's how you know that they're truth. They can't be denied. The living under a false identity is being shown to the entire world by a particular nation who lost their identity. You see, the chosen people of the Most High, they were stripped of their identity. So if you don't know who you are, then can you be who you are? No. You're going to be a false version of yourself, which allows everything around you to be a false version of itself. Very simple. So if you were forced to take on a false name, okay, like these people I'm describing to you that lost their identity on the earth, if you're forced to take on a false name, then your identity is going to change. You see? Your knowledge of self is going to change. It's going to be altered. And you've all been born into that false reality with a false name. This people I'm describing, who are playing it out for the whole world to see. Living under a false identity. You were born into this world and your name was Dave Smith. Then you thought you were Dave Smith. Born into the Smith family. But is that what your DNA says? Is that who your DNA is telling you that you are? In my case, my true name is Ishayaka. But when I was born into this world, that's not what I was called. That's not the name that I was given. But when truth came, you see, like I've described in all my other videos, when truth comes and reveals you to yourself, then you can love yourself now, see? Instead of loving a false identity, now you're loving your true self. Now you can truly love, and all the fear is pushed out. See? Ishayaka didn't know this when he was a child. So he was much afraid. He had much fear. He didn't know who he was. In an illusion world, but a real person in an illusion world, confused. Until truth came and revealed him to himself. Ishayaka. And the same goes for you, each one of you. When the truth is revealed, then the illusion falls. And nobody can hide it anymore, see? So all of you targeted individuals, what's actually happening to you is that you're rising into your knowledge of self. Who you are in Christ. That's actually what's happening to you. And as that's happening to you, then you're able to see all the people around you who you call gang stalkers for who they really are. You see? It's the enemy that Yahusha was describing to you that will persecute you and will use you, despitefully use you. That's the enemy he was describing to you. You see? The brood of vipers. And what do you call them now? Reptilians? What is a viper? A serpent? The serpent seed. So do you see that he was telling you all along that that's who you were dealing with? That's what was around you? You see? The same thing that he was dealing with. Pharisees, which are people who gang stalk you to see how well you're keeping the ways of God over righteous people. Those type of gang stalkers. Hey, you said you follow the ways of God. I saw you eating barbecue. There was a hot dog, the barbecue hot dog. I saw you eating it. Hey, it's Sabbath, man. What are you doing over there helping that guy put his tire on his car for? That type of spirit. Then now you're able to recognize it for what it is. You see? That's a Pharisee. Now you know how to deal with them because Yahusha showed you over and over how to deal with a Pharisee spirit. You also have scribes, Sadducees. You have the common people, the ones that are ignorant, that don't know, who are just listening to this battle that's being waged in front of them. You see? So when you know who you are, then you know the part that you play in this great cosmic story. You understand who you are now, so you understand the part that you play. It's very simple. What you are supposed to do. So then you can do it with confidence now, in faith. See, because it is impossible to please God without what, guys? Without faith. And what did Yahusha often say when he was dealing with people? O ye of little faith. What did he tell Peter? Why do you lack faith? When he was walking on the water, he started sinking. Why are you lacking faith, Peter? Have faith. So when you're following the shepherd through this life, as he's guiding you through each and every step of each and every day, are you being led by that still small voice who's guiding you? Or are you kicking against the pricks of that voice or not able to recognize it because you don't know who you are? You can't recognize that you are sheep of the Most High. You don't even recognize it. So like I said, for you targeted individuals, it's that you're coming into your truth. And the fear is leaving because you're able to love yourself now. That's actually what's happening to you. So where you used to be afraid and feeling like, oh my God, these people, they're watching me and I'm feeling like this and this thing is after me and I felt like this and then I have a headache today because of this and this EMP is going off and this. Instead of all of that, the fear goes out of your life. You have perfect love now has come in. See, perfect love is what we call true love in this world. It has to be true, guys, in order for it to be love for real. If it's not true, then it's not love for real. It can't be both, guys. It can't be lies and love. That's not possible. You understand that? And that's why as we live in this world and we're living amongst others and having relationships, we're being perfected in our love. And that's why we're to forgive each other. It's very simple. Do you see? Until we are perfect in love. And then we're able to see everybody else for who they truly are and what they're capable of giving or not giving. We don't take things personal anymore. Because you'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free from all that bondage of feelings and getting down now because somebody didn't love you and somebody betrayed you and backstabbed you. When you knew that's what they were, you don't feel those feelings. You're able to see this person. Yeah, they're a backstabbing betrayer. So if I allow them into my life, then I shouldn't be surprised if they backstab me or betray me. No, I'm going to be wise as a serpent and harmless. I'm going to allow them to come around me, but I'm going to know how to make war. I'm going to know how to protect myself from being betrayed or backstabbed. You see? Because it's not what I'm doing, it's what they're doing that determines their fate. What I do determines mine. Y'all hear that? Silawam Yisrael.